The New Orleans Saints fall to the Arizona Cardinals 20-13 at home to open the season. The Saints had the longest win streak in the NFL with 6 straight season openers won. Now, we never like to come out and win in week 2, but we had the season opener won for 6 straight years until we dropped it in this one. And overall, considering how the Saints are supposed to be a very, very bad football team, everybody's saying, I don't know if the Saints are going to win a game. Give me the Cardinals by 3 scores. Marcus, you know I'm talking exactly to you. Some of my favorite shows saying the Saints are going to win 0 games, 1 game, 2 games. Like, I've heard it all, right? And for the Saints to come out in the play the way that they did in a game where they were an underdog by 8.5 points, and you only lose by 7. You're welcome, bettors, if that even works out right. I don't bet. Roast me in the comments if I said that wrong. I don't really care. I'm here to talk about the New Orleans Saints, who, everything considered, should hold their heads high walking out of this football game. I mean, really, they should, because the Niners are injured to hell in week 2. Brock Purdy dealing with multiple injuries. George Kittle out 3 to 5 weeks. So we'll see what it turns into. Kool-Aid McKinstry is already showing that he cannot be a cornerback 1 for the New Orleans Saints. He got cooked all game by Maserati Marvin Harrison Jr. And I'm not even mad at Kyler Murray picking on the connection, because you watch tape coming into that game, you know, with Lattimore officially making his exit in the trade, obviously you go and grab Quincy Riley, but you're looking for that real cornerback 1. You bring Yadam back in. Alontae Taylor is hit and miss in coverage. He's really that Jamal Adams blitzer, like Brandon Staley dialed up the beauty at the end of the game. But Kool-Aid McKinstry straight up got exposed in this game. And I hope he's taught plenty of lessons, because if he is going to be on the best wide receiver as a Saints defensive player, there's going to be some adjustments to be made. There is 100% going to be some adjustments made if Kool-Aid McKinstry comes out and plays like that week over week. It's very clear that we still can't handle running quarterbacks. People want to get on here and really have the means to say that, oh, the defense did really, really well. No, the defense did well, but Kyler Murray still extended plays multiple times in this game. Kyler Murray was still a problem in this game for the Saints. And I don't know if it's a Saints thing. I don't know if it's a Mickey Loomis curse thing, but Brandon Staley made it look like he was not there and that Dennis Allen was still calling the show with the way that Kyler Murray was able to just extend key plays in this football game. But I'll give the defense credit. As hesitant as I am about Brandon Staley, the defense kept us in this game. 5 sacks. You had the halftime adjustments. But there were a lot of soft zone coverages underneath open routes that Arizona just absolutely feasted on. And, this really did the definition of, like, taking what the defense gives you, right? Again, I'm still, apprehensive, undecided on Brandon Staley, because last time we saw him, the Raiders hung 60 points on his head on primetime. And he was asked that night, do you think you're going to keep the job? He said, I don't know. He was fired the next morning. That was the last impression of Brandon Staley in the NFL, who is now the New Orleans Saints defensive coordinator. But I absolutely loved the Alontae Taylor blitz at the end of the game, just absolutely dialing it up on Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray didn't see it coming. Alontae came through untouched. I wasn't sure about Alontae that day. Like, I felt like I didn't see a lot of him on film. And then here comes number 1 blazing into the backfield. I'm like, there's my boy. There's my boy. That was the best defensive play call, in my opinion, of the game. And Brandon Staley really, really just stood out. Kellen Moore did not have a good debut with the New Orleans Saints. I don't know what version of Kellen Moore that the Philadelphia Eagles had, but that's not the version that we just saw with the New Orleans Saints. But don't say that I didn't warn y'all. Go check my page. I said that the Saints fans should be, myself included, y'all already know, should be very wary of the fact that Kellen Moore is now your head coach. Because, yes, he called great offenses with Justin Herbert, with Dak Prescott, with the Super Bowl MVP and Jalen Hurts, and having the entire franchise and roster construction and weapons with the Eagles. There wasn't that here with the Saints. I trusted his quarterback decision. We'll talk about that sprint throw that Spencer Rattler had in a minute and how Juwan Johnson should not be relied on in big game situations. But I'm trusting Kellen Moore with his decision of the quarterback. I mean, his quote of saying, I believe in developing quarterbacks the right way is awesome. But the bad debut overall from Kellen Moore, let's dig into it. The clock management. I'm really on Kellen Moore's ass right now for not calling timeouts before the half, and you allow the Cardinals to bleed the clock. The Saints are not able to get the ball back and try to score. The Cardinals actually score a 4-yard touchdown run. James Conner, a la James Conner, to extend it to 17-10. His quote: "We were really close to banging a timeout there and just stuck with the opportunity that we had." And in hindsight, Kellen Moore, that opportunity led you to a 17-10 halftime deficit, into which you came out and scored 3 points. Now, you only gave up 3 points, but the conservative clock management that you tried to portray, whatever the hell that was, it looked absolutely horrible because, again, Arizona scored before the half. The game plan was trash. It was very conservative. Spencer Rattler looked very pedestrian. Why is he dropping back 46 times? Probably 50 plus times considering everything. 46 passing attempts? You're telling me that 46 passing attempts for Spencer Rattler, who is winless in the NFL, in his first opening season start was 2 days ago by the time you get this video. And you thought 46 passing attempts for that guy, that college prospect, that quarterback that you picked? I get it. The offense looked much more alive under Spencer Rattler. No question about it during preseason. And I thought the Spencer Rattler pick was the better one. Again, I'm buying into this new era of Saints football. I'm going to trust it and not just be pissed from the jump because we want to change. We got it, right? But this game plan was just no downfield confidence, no emotion. I mean, I was totally uninspired after the Alvin Kamara touchdown. Truly. Why are you having Brandon Cooks on the field during the last drive when a ball was needed in the end zone, implying that Brandon Cooks is not suitable for that type of play? Which I don't really know if he is or isn't. I mean, he's not really the biggest guy, but you know who would have been suitable for that type of play? Actually, I'll save it to the end because we're going to get into that. But I did see Arizona see themselves playing too high safety the whole game and really throughout the whole matchup, and the Saints just didn't really seem to like that, obviously, hence their play calling. Blake Grupe's got to get it together. He missed another give-me field goal. That's a 30-yarder in NFL. That's chip shot. Like, 30 yards and in should be automatic. 98% plus. Like, yeah, I get it. I'm a podcaster. I'm on my little red chair talking about this. But the standards are the standards for these NFL players. And I think we can all sit here and agree that if a big game for any notable National Football League team came down to a 30-yard field goal, you guys would have no mercy for it. Apparently, Taliesin Fuaga's hurt. He's going to be kind of status unknown with his knee going into the San Francisco game, which San Francisco's banged up, and hopefully we'll be able to get Chase Young back so this defense can, just really have all of their weapons. But the team just committed way too many pre-snap penalties, ton of penalty yardage in this game, just mental errors, illegal formations, illegal motion shifts, like just not understanding your assignment. Week one type stuff, clearly. Again, I don't, I just can't, like when I looked at the box score, like I knew Rattler dropped back a lot, but I never felt like the New Orleans Saints were in a position to need to throw the ball 46 times at any point in this football game. At any point. Alvin Kamara had 11 carries for over 50 yards. Where was that? We continue to throw Chris Olave hospital balls, and two things can be true at the same time. He's very brittle. I'm sorry. Chris Olave needs to put on about 20 pounds. He is not meant to take any sort of physical impact, any type of throttling hits in the National Football League do not need to be given to Chris Olave because it's very clear his body cannot withstand them. But despite my feelings about Spencer Rattler and Juwan Johnson, Spencer Rattler literally threw a dot to win this football game. And Juwan Johnson, who I don't know why we still believe in him, had a great way to get his hands on the football, doesn't survive the ground contact to have it be complete. Spencer Rattler put the New Orleans Saints in a position through a perfect pass, over coverage, layered it to where only his tight end, that I don't know why we continue to entertain, was able to catch it. And Juwan Johnson caught a perfect pass from Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler put the Saints in position to tie the football game. So that's why Saints fans should feel happy about this, even if we go into overtime and lose 26-20. The fact that you're able to come back from 17-10 at the deficit in your head coach's debut, who picked Spencer Rattler rightfully to go on and lead this football team, that's why I think Saints fans should be happy about it. I don't think that you can ask for much more out of a head coaching debut and a quarterback in that moment. I'm still not happy with how Rattler played or how Kellen Moore coached. But when it mattered, Kellen Moore and Spencer Rattler dialed up the right play. Kellen Moore dialed up the right play for Spencer Rattler to have the highest possible chance of success. And before we get out of here, like, why do the Saints again continue to believe in Juwan Johnson? He had an earlier drop that prevented a goal line setup. Like, I get his recent extension, which was horrible, and he's now the starting tight end, which he's got to be because you're paying him like one. It just seems like Juwan Johnson really forgets how to catch the ball when it matters the most, and it happened twice in this football game. It happened twice in this football game. So again, if you're not a casual Saints fan, if you actually watch the game and understand that the Saints were put in a position by their brand new head coach and brand new quarterback to tie the football game in a game that they were underdogs by almost 9, I don't know what the hell else can please you as a New Orleans Saints fan. As a part of Who Dat Nation, I don't know what else you could ask